Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, and Jussie Smollett, a failing American actor who wanted to raise his profile, faked a race hate attack upon himself. Totally faked. He paid the people to do it. He got them to film him. It came to court. They contradicted themselves left, right, and centre. He was found guilty, went to jail. Quite right. And it just gave a warning to others not to try to do anything this stupid. Some people don't listen, particularly politicians. And in Germany, a Green Party politician has tried the same trick. And he's been caught out. Let's look at this article. So the headline here, Germany's so-called right-wing threat. The Green Party politician who faked hate crimes against himself. Now, you have to be an absolute moron. Well, we know he is. He's a Green Party politician. You have to be pretty thick to think that that's going to do any good. But all I can think of is that the Green Party's policies have been so appallingly bad and are proving so terribly disappointing to, well, everybody, and incredibly unpopular, that he knows that he's likely to be out at the next election. And so he's probably trying to just garner some kind of sympathy by saying, oh, look, I'm the victim of people who aren't following my absolute word to the nth degree. They're right wing, they are extremists, and they are hate filled. Turns out this is not the case, but let's look at it. So a member of Germany's ruling Green Party is now said to have faked a number of so-called right-wing hate crimes perpetuated against him. Oh dear. A local politician for Germany's climate crazy Green Party is now said to have faked a number of these hate crimes, according to authorities in the country. Politicians in the country have frequently claimed that a shadowy, so-called right wing is posing an even greater threat to the country's democracy, with the German courts even putting mainstream, popular elected political parties under state surveillance due to them being deemed not progressive enough. In other words, you're actually getting the courts to treat people who do not fall in line with the ruling party's mantra as being enemies of the state and deserving to be, surveilled. That's how mad German politics is. Now, Germany has form on this. Germany has form of one, shall we say, particular party coming to power and charging the courts to destroy the opposition. It's happened before. It happened in, 1933. Yes, that was right. When the socialists got into power. When the National Socialists got into power in Germany. And now the socialists are in power again. And they can't abide anyone having a different opinion. And so they have to create and fake these crimes so that people think, oh no, those people are bad. Turns out the bad people are the ones currently leading Germany. However, in the case of hate crimes perpetuated against Green politician Madame Jansen, such a shadowy group of political dissidents does not seem to be at fault, or indeed to even exist. According to a report by Der Spiegel, Jansen was said to have been the victim of a number of right-wing threats and hate crimes, prompting politicians from all across Germany's rather narrow political spectrum of extreme left mad people and green morons to come out in support of the local politician. Incidents including the councillor's car being vandalised by a reversed peace windmill. You can read the word, but I can't say it. Seriously short runes being smeared on his doorbell, as well as razor blades being sent to him in the mail, and all received significant attention from the German media on a national level. But of course they did. The German media are part of the left-wing socialist cabal that is currently destroying Germany. While the Green Party member said that the incidents had left him looking over his left shoulder, I presume. If he can see over the chip, I would imagine. However, police have now reportedly concluded that at least some of these crimes were faked, with Jansen being reported as admitting that he was in fact the person responsible for some of the attacks. The councillors' branch of the Green Party has since added that while they believe that some of the incidents reported by Janssen are thought to be real, many others are not, and therefore none of them are real. If you cannot tell which ones are real and which ones are not, because he's perpetuated so many of his own, nothing can be believable. The fruit of the poison tree. The whole of the Green Party is like this anyway, because they are all full of what is commonly known as complete and utter shit. And they're just liars and morons, and they are the destroyers of futures. Look at your children, Germany. Look at them. Look at their smiling faces, and imagine the Greens got complete control. Those faces won't be smiling for long. Oh no, they'd be hungry, very gaunt faces, frozen, cold faces. Yeah. He said his bike was stolen, the window of his car was smashed, and the tyres were deflated. A spokesman for the Green Party, Hans-Josef Diederik, told Der Spiegel, with the councillor saying that he and his colleagues believe these incidents could still be legitimate, but they're not. He probably did everything else himself, he said, reporting that the peace windmill in his car, the runes and threatening letters were all likely Janssen's own doing. The party has now said that Janssen abused the solidarity of both his own parties and others with his false claims, and has described the man's actions as inexcusable. But yes, of course they are. The problem with Germany, as I say, is it's a one-party state, and that party is the party of morons. You have an ultra-socialist, nationalistic socialist party, and let's face it, until recently headed by you-know-who's daughter, Mr. A.H., his daughter, spitting image, and she liked, all that. I mean, let's face it, she was previously, should we say, secret police, Germany's secret police. She worked for them for a long time. Anyway, so she's got form on this, and she ran that country like that. You've now got the Greens and the morons going in deliberately. Do not make a mistake. They're not doing this by accident. They're deliberately destroying Germany as part of the New World Order plot. Because it's either that or they are really that stupid. And do they appear that stupid? I mean, although they appear that stupid. But nobody, possibly nobody, seriously nobody, can be as stupid as they appear. It's impossible. So they are doing this on purpose. And they're dangerous and they need to be called out. But now you see they're faking crimes in order to change public perception of what's going on. The public are going to get fed up. The ruling elite in Germany now are absolutely cacking themselves because they know there's going to be a popular public uprising, there's going to be riots, and they're going to be the people are going to be looking at starvation, at poverty, at misery, and at burying old people who've died of cold this coming winter. And the German politicians know that it is entirely their fault, and they don't know how to deal with it because they're morons. Anyway, they get all they deserve. I'm going to come up and finish off. I really have no sympathy for the German people. They keep voting these people in, so they get exactly what they deserve. But for the innocent Germans, the young who don't vote, or the elderly who are not in a position to change anything, that sort of thing, the ones who are likely to suffer the most in the next few months as winter comes in, you do have to feel sorry for them. They are led by morons. But the next election should change things. Should. Whether it does or not is down to the collective mass of the German people. And let's face it, you can't predict it. They are really stupid. They look at what's going on, they hate what's going on, and they're going to still elect the same people in. Nothing will ever change. But when they're burying grandma, it might then. Until then, Germany, you've got to eat your cake, mate. They're your biscuits, you eat them. Anyway, if you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications of future output. Leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay warm, don't fake attacks, and goodbye.